every year in February, there is a 2-week period where, with the right conditions, enough snowfall, enough sun to melt the snowfall to cause a river to flow over the face of El Capitan in Yosemite National Park, it forms a waterfall. At sunset, providing there's no clouds, the golden hour light hits El Capitan's face and the waterfall at just the right point, and it makes the waterfall look like it's glowing red, like lava. This is known as Firefalls, and we're going to shoot it. Hello.
Couple more days.
Yeah.
Wow, man, it's actually happening. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It's actually happening.
And the weather's looking good. This is one of those trips that required a lot of planning and a lot of things that are outside of our control. And even with all this needing to happen, weeks before we were planning to go, Jevon posted this video.
Warning, if you're filming in a national park, you actually might be against the national park commercial rules, websites such as YouTube and TikTok. So if you're making videos for social media and you're getting paid in any way from your social media, now you have to go through and get a permit.
A lot of people were unaware, and Jevon was doing everyone a service by sharing this information. Now, the process itself isn't the hardest in the world. It's paperwork, but the paperwork has to be mailed. So when you're on a time crunch, trips coming up, it's not the best news. Me being in Canada wasn't great for me to send it, so Sydney applied, express mail, and we got the permit request sent off. Worst case scenario, we can't share anything, we capture. Skip ahead a few weeks, so we all arrive at the airport at the same time, ready to go.
There's the man. All right. How's it going, boys? Oh.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you.
How's things?
Good, good.
The way that we planned this trip out was that we had 2 opportunities to capture Firefalls. Assuming everything goes to plan, we can capture it from 2 different vantage points. There's the very popular vantage point, which is down on the ground in the El Capitan picnic area. And there's also a more challenging vantage point with arguably better views up a trail called 4 Mile Trail.
We figured out how to get the luggage in, but we can't get rid of that thing. All right, we finally got into the frunk, and I thought this was electric. What is this thing?
The vehicle that we had for our transportation to get out to Yosemite National Park, the Audi e-tron. It's an EV vehicle to drive from San Francisco Airport, SFO, to Yosemite National Park.
So it's about 210 miles away. So we'll get there in about just under 4 hours.
Firefall starts at 5:30ish.
There we go. Let's download the ChargePoint app. It's supposed to, you just tap, right? You just tap the thing, put the thing in the thing, and it charges the thing, right? This, okay, it works.
EV vehicles being powered by a battery typically have a little lesser range than your traditional cars.
Trying to make it around 3-ish, maybe 4 o'clock, just to grab a spot so that we can capture a firefall. But we gotta wait for this futuristic vehicle to charge, because, you know, time.
You think that's enough to get us there?
I don't know. We'll
see.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out.
According to what it said on the dash, we had plenty of miles to get us to our destination. Everything's looking good, we're all in good spirits, and in the distance, we start to see the mountains. And ever so slightly, the gradients start to happen. We're slowly going up into the mountains. And simultaneously, as we go up, the range on the EV starts to go down. It gets to a point where we have a 15-mile buffer. So we start searching for places to charge en route, and there isn't any. The next charging point is Yosemite National Park. We had to turn around and go back to a charging point that we had previously charged the vehicle at to fully charge us to 100%. We won't be capturing it the first night. We arrived at Yosemite much later than planned, had some dinner, planned for the next day because we had a whole day before Firefalls hopefully hits in the evening, planned what we were gonna do, what we were gonna shoot, hit the hay early, all while knowing in the back of our mind that we still don't have a permit. We still can't share anything that we capture from this trip. So we get up early with a plan to go and shoot tunnel view for sunrise. Just this absolutely stunning view that tunnel view offers. You will have seen tunnel view before. I guarantee it, you'll have seen this view, and it really is something you need to go and witness with your own eyes.
What do you think? It's pretty rad. Just kind of waiting for the sun to hit over, but wide shot. New lens is kicking butt. Oh yeah. Sweet.
We still have lots of time, so we head off on another trail to go and capture a waterfall. We are barely on the beginning of the trail, and Sydney gets an email.
It took us about, I don't know what, 5 weeks to figure this whole thing out. And we weren't gonna get a permit because I didn't hear from them, but I just got an email just now. Yes! Oh, this is a great day. Okay, cool, put out the cameras, let's go.
So we have the approval to shoot, to film, to photo, and to share, which is how I'm able to even make this video now in the first place. Everything is coming together.
This trail run is actually called the Mist Trail. I guess when they're closed in the winter, it just means that there's no water, there's no park wardens, no surveillance. You're basically on your own.
So we finish this trail and head back to pack everything up for Firefalls.
All right, so I think we need to make a decision. Do we stay down below or do we go up high?
We ultimately make the decision that we'd rather have photos that less people have. We'd rather be in a less busy environment. So we're gonna do the 4-mile trail hike. We're all prepared with spikes to hike. We've done enough search to realize that the first mile is really all you need on 4-mile trail to be able to get the vantage point of Firefalls. There's a lot of people saying it was accessible a few weeks ago, so we think we're good. Yosemite Park changes in terms of driving around, walking around when Firefalls occurs. It gets very busy and they really limit where you can go to take photos from. There's been a lot of damage before from the huge amount of photographers that turn up to shoot Firefalls. We realize that we need to probably get a lay of the land, figure out where we can park for 4-mile trail. So we jump on the loop, see if Firefalls is flowing at the same time.
That's definitely flowing, and it's wisping in there. Isn't it crazy to think they used to throw burning embers off of the cliff?
To make it on fire, right?
Yeah, that's where the original Firefalls comes from, right?
The main area where you park fills up very quickly, so you often have to park farther away and take a free shuttle bus. But we found a parking spot right close to where we want to do the 4-mile trail hike. And that's actually quite far from where the other vantage point is. It's a good few miles. So we parked the car. It's going to happen soon. So we make the hike from the car. It's not far to the point where we need to start 4-mile trail, the trailhead. And then...
So we were going to go this way to shoot on the 4-mile trail. And, well, I mean, it's not technically open. And then we saw this. Yeah, I don't think so.
the fine is enough to deter you from even trying.
We're going to have to go to the regular spot that everyone goes to. Cars, they're all coming for the same reason that we are, to shoot Firefalls, which means it's going to be very busy and everyone's going to get the same photos. But it is what it is.
We started to walk there and we did quickly realize
Well, where we'd be to get the photos of this view would be right around here. Everything is rock and frozen. Not safe. The $5,000 fine is warranted to stop people from doing that, because I think you did that, you'd do very well.
as I said before, it was a pretty long walk to the El Capitan picnic area, and there was many points along the way where we could just see where Firefalls was going to happen. It would have been fantastic vantage points. The whole South Road, there's nowhere. It's closed. The only option is to take the long, arduous walk to where everyone else shoots.
An hour later?
An hour later, 2.5 miles with heavy bags. We are not in a happy place, but
So after a lot of walking and hiking and being told we can't go certain places,
we found a spot. Look,
Yeah.
this
Great spot.
this is where we're gonna shoot. There's the view. Theoretically, we'll see what happens. The firefall is like right. Where's my finger? The firefall is like right there. It's like the tiniest bit of water, but we're hopeful.
finally here, we're waiting, got great shots. It's looking good.
Everything comes together, everything aligns. El Capitan starts to get lit up. I've got to be honest that I don't believe the shots that we captured were from the best angle. We did the best that we could in the circumstances, everything that happened, and we want to go back and we want to do it again. We realized that the angle that we see a lot of the shots from is further around the corner more, so you get less of the rock behind the waterfall, so it doesn't just look like it's this one area that is kind of glowing. You get the waterfall from a side profile, so you don't really see that rock behind, and then the waterfall looks more like it's glowing. But we still got to capture firefalls, and if it's not evident from this whole video, the shot is the icing on the cake. The cake is the journey, the story that got us to the point of being able to capture firefalls.